Hi everyone, it's Jeff Sinker from SkypeGuitarLessonsOnline.com. I'm continuing with this series of Guitar Pro 7 lessons, really aimed at the beginner. And this lesson really is a kind of a tip, fun advice type lesson of one of the features that you can actually use as a guide that's available in Guitar Pro 7. Now, as a beginner, you're probably always kind of searching around looking for chord diagrams. You've gone on to, you've opened up a chord book that you've got, or a song book, and they've given you a chord and you're not exactly sure how to play it. Now, you can actually use Guitar Pro 7 as a chord book. Now, I'm not a big fan of chord books. I do believe that a student should learn how to work chords out on the fretboard, but I understand as a beginner that's not always the most simplistic way to do anything. You've just started picking up the guitar, you just want to get playing. So this is a kind of cool way that you've got one of these 1001 chord diagrams available to you, and it's all here in Guitar Pro 7. And let me show you how you can use that. So first of all, we're just going to open up, or in fact, we're going to create just a brand new track. And what I've got here is add track, etc. I'm not really interested in the track behind it. What I'm actually looking for is just to get to the chord information. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click create, not adding anything to it, just click create. And I end up with this. Now, let's have a look at the chord. So now I've got this blank page opened, and what you need to do also is make sure you've got this side open, this window, and on Guitar Pro 7 it's just a case of clicking on the left hand icon, brings up this menu option page here, this screen, and you want to click on chords, and it's got Chord Diagram Library. You've got this little window here. Now click on the add. Now this is where the fun starts. We have got this chord menu diagram box. All you need to do is click in the tonality first. What is the chord you're looking for? In the sense, is it a C, D, etc. They've got them all down here. So let's go to C. And instantly it creates an image of a C major chord. It's like your own little chord diagram thing here that's going on. Of course, what we've got here, this black line is the note, which is telling us we don't play the low E string. The numbers are your fingers. We've got 3, 2, 1, and we've got these two open strings available here. Oh, it's telling us how to play that. Beneath here in this section, we've got variations of the same chord. So if I wanted to see what it looked like as a bar chord shape, I could click on here, and there we have it. I've got the image. I've just gone through the scale there. We've got an image of how to play a C chord as a bar chord. So it's telling me here that I've got a bar across here, which is on the 3rd fret, and then I use 2, 3, and 4 fingers across to create the C, and it's telling me the notes that I'm playing as I'm doing that. They're all loads of different variations, all of a C major. So not only does it tell you how to play this C chord in a standard kind of beginner chord format, but I've also got all these cool different versions. Now, if it's not a C major, you're looking for something like the C minor, we go to the type. And I click on here, and then I go for the little M, and then I've got a C minor chord. Again, show me the bar, the fingers, and all these variations of a C minor chord that I can play. Some of them kind of don't look like what you're used to looking at because they're inversions, but we do have all these different shapes. Now I could take extensions. I've got a C minor 7 chord, and I'm looking for the minor 7th. Now what I've got here, I've got all versions. I've got the M stands for major, minor, augmented, diminished, sus2, sus4, a 6, a minor 6, a dominant 7th chord, a dominant major, in fact, sorry, a 7th major chord, a minor 7th chord, a minor 7th major chord. They all sound very frightening terms as we get further and further in. But as you're experiencing playing guitar, there you'll start to understand what these mean. But the one I'd said was the minor 7th. I scroll down there and I've got my image of the minor 7th chord, and again with variations that you can play it. We can get into altered states where I can do a minor flat 5, I can do a flat 5, I can do an augmentive, I can add knives depending on the chord that I'm working with. But they're all here. I can also do inversions. If I'm looking for the first inversion of a C minor 7th chord, I click on there and I've got first inversion. And I've got third and 1, 2 and 3, because remember, if a minor 7th chord, if you are familiar with chord structures, minor 7th contains 4 notes, so we've got 3 inversions of doing that. So I can also omit certain notes, and this tends to come in more when we're looking at extended chords around the 11th and the 13th, where I want to be able to play it and omit certain notes. But this tool was really developed to help you transcribe and put information onto a sheet. But what an excellent tool this is for if you have the Guitar Pro 7 and have an ability to have your own little chord book here. So, and I've always said Guitar Pro 7 isn't just aimed at the person transcribing. It's the all-round package for anybody who's playing the guitar. It really is a must for someone to actually learn. You just grow up with the whole software. There is so much information here for you to use. Just such a wonderful tool. You'll always hear me kind of banging on about this when I am teaching my students. So I just thought I'd show this and let you see it. Hopefully it'll save you some money a little bit. You think the cost of the chord books are massive compared to what you can do here. So all that information is available for you. Just got your little reference and use that to find the chords. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little short tip and advice lesson on using Guitar Pro 7. There'll be many more coming through. So until then, this is Jeff Sinker from SkypeGuitarLessonsOnline.com. Wishing you well. Look forward to seeing you again soon. Until then, bye-bye.